Hey folks, this is AJ the CEO, and welcome to another episode of Church Post Production. I've been kind of out of the loop a little bit. Back on the fly. I've been out of the loop here for a little bit just because a lot of awesome things have been going on, so I haven't really had the chance to get into this like I normally do every Sunday. So my apologies for that, for anybody who was looking for that. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and get all of this stuff set up like we normally do. I was actually not at church the first part of the day because I was at another church training that I did the one camera, one TV install. I was actually training them today. So that's why I was the first part of service, but I was able to get back before service shut down, was over. And proud of my folks, they got the live stream and everything working perfectly fine. I actually did have another church from Norfolk contact me. They had a little issue there, but they were able to get that straight and everything is running good. So let's get everything set up like we normally do. I'm going to bring up my church's page here with all the sermon details. Hopefully everybody got the sermon stuff down, and yes, they do. So let's get over to the computer. Let me bring my stuff up so I can control what you're looking at. Here's the spreadsheet that we have, and like I encourage you, if you're not doing this, to actually start some type of inventory. That way you have a record of what was done instead of having to go back here and listen through everything all over again. Alright, so what we have is we're going to open up Vimeo, we're going to open up YouTube, and we're going to open up our website. And those are the things I do. And then hopefully I can get this stuff done so I can actually show it. But we have, for my social media, what I like to do is I actually use Buffer to post to everywhere. So that was another step I'll just add here. Buffer is a free tool that you can use for social media. It helps manage it and make it a lot easier instead of you having to post on 7 and 8 different places all at the same time. I mean, it's a lot to take. So I had to find whatever tools I possibly could to streamline my workflow. All right, so let's go to uploads here. Let's go to uploads here. I'm going to log into our website, and I already have the service here. This is today's service. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and launch DaVinci Resolve. Alright, so let's go here to my database for Antioch and DaVinci Resolve. We're going to go to services. We're going to do a service for 6/23/2019 today, and we're going to be bouncing in between monitor. So let me set this up so that's easy to do. Alright, so let's bring in our stuff. I want to bring in the footage first because I want it to use the 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames a second. That is the frame rate and resolution I want. That's why that's the first clip I pick, and yes, I want to change it to that. And as you can see, there's the video. Now if you check out my quick load video, which I will tag, I put everything in my own little Resolve folder that makes this easier to load. All of the assets that I normally use every Sunday when I'm doing this is Resolve, so I just drag it here, and then there's all our stuff, my choirs, dance ministry, ministers, guests, all that stuff. Alright, let's go here to edit. Let's change these settings here. I don't know why I can't save these because I don't like having to do this over and over again. Alright, for first I'm going to do tabbed version. And let's do Control N. We're going to do full service. That's where we edit everything. Then we're going to make another one for online. Alright, so we do all our edits in full. Move everything over to online. Online is where we're going to get the audio for our podcast. For Vimeo, YouTube, full is for DVD if we ever get requested for one of those, but mainly for our on-demand service. All right, and I think that is about it. So I'm gonna try and speed through this so that we can show all the stuff I normally don't show. So let's kick some cool music and we're gonna speed through this. All right, so all of my videos have rendered. Actually, let me take that back. The videos that I post to YouTube and Vimeo and our podcast are done, but for some reason I think I pressed the wrong button when I was doing the full video. So that is re-rendering right now as we speak, and that's going to take about 40 minutes just because I left it at the highest resolution, and we had a longer service because of graduation recognition and things like that. But let's go ahead and cut over here, and we're going to get started with our podcast. So here I'm in Wooshka, which I talked about before, which I will link the video up here before. So I'm already logged in. I'm just going to come in here, and let me actually go back. I showed how I found where you can actually go to add seasons into the into your podcast. Oh, wait a minute. I was right there. It was edit. I'm sorry. So down here, we changed the season. So that was my problem. So what I'm going to do is, because I have our podcast from 2 years before, which I'm migrating over here. So that would be season 1, 2, and 3. So just to change it, you just boom, that's it. And you just save that, update that, and now you'll have an option to change your seasons, which I'm going to go back through and edit later and update everything to season 3, but then go back and upload all of the other stuff as well. So let's go here to episodes. And this again is the reason why we have our audit sheet here. Makes this really easy. So we're going to create an episode and we're literally just going to copy and paste. So here is our upload. This is the file that we made. Let's open that while that's updating. And now we're just going to copy our title over here. Our description is going to be who preached, the date, scripture, okay, it's coming in as video, which is not correct. I didn't want to do it that way. Well, it's a video file, but it's nothing but audio, so that may work. So we'll be trying something new at the same time. Anyway, this is where you would change the season if you wanted to. So it's already saying it's season 3, which is fine. This is clean, and let's play it here. All right, so that's cool. And we just do create. All right, our new episode was successfully uploaded. And as you can see, I have all the way back to 2015 that I can upload. So that's actually, so that's season 3, 2, and 1. 16 and 15. If I can find it, I'll upload those. But all right, so this is done. So I come in here, I'm gonna copy our URL for just that episode, and I'm gonna paste it in here because this is where I come back to add the stuff to our WordPress website. All right, so that's done. Really don't need to touch that anymore. And speaking of our WordPress website, let's go here to our sermons. Let's see if this was added during service. Yes, it was. And this is the tip. I put all of this stuff in our intranet page that I talked about before of how I'm passing the knowledge down to everyone in the media ministry. And what I do is, this is under website, how to add add a sermon to our website. These are the steps that they went through. So this is what's helpful for the ones that haven't memorized it yet. And that's a practical application of using that knowledge base for the media ministry. So let's go back in here and we're going to start adding the other stuff that we're doing right now. Like I already started to upload for Vimeo and YouTube, so we'll come back to that. So we just gotta make a few corrections here. Let's do scripture right there. We want to match the same thing that we just did. Yep, we'll add pastor here. All right, so after we made these changes, now for our upload audio file, this is where I put that link. So let's go over here, grab that link here that we just did. Boom. Now, one thing we didn't do, we did not make our thumbnail. So let's look at the order of how we do our thumbnail. So it was on, the bar was on the right. Now we need to make it on the left. So I'm going to copy this one. Give it today's date. Now let's open it up. All right, let's get our sermon title. This can be a long one here. Alright, so we're going to need to resize this one. So let's try 100. It's too small. Let's try 110. Alright, I think this will work. Well, actually, let's do it that way. Alright, so we got that. Let's move this aside. Gonna do the same thing for the shadow. And that was 110. Let's drag that over here. It was already past the sales, so that's fine. Alright, that part's easy. So now let's open up the video from the service. Alright, so this is the completed, and now we're just looking for a shot that we can use for our thumbnail. Alright, so let's go ahead and play that. Wait till the bar goes away. Alright, I got them pointing. I did a couple of these. So let's go ahead and open up Paint. And let's paste that. And there we go. So let's go ahead and crop this, because I took a picture of the entire screen, which I don't need. Alright, let's crop that. We're going to save this. Alright, now let's upload the image we just did. I saved it on my desktop. Alright, now that's our image. Alright, so we're good. Now let's download this. This is going to be our thumbnail for YouTube and Vimeo, as well as for our website. Alright, so we got that downloaded. We can close this. For our sermon here, feature image, we're going to upload this picture. We're going to go here to YouTube, pick our thumbnail, use that one, go here to Vimeo. If you like this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. That way you don't miss out on other great videos like this one. I'm gonna upload that. Alright, so now that we got all of this, so I'm gonna take the title of our sermon. Alright, so the title, we're gonna use that as one of our tags. Then we're gonna put the title also in here. Now, then we're gonna do who spoke it, the date, the scripture, and the playlist, because it was Pastor Sales, Sermon, and Hymn. This is going to be public once we're done. Images there, and that's good. Now before I do anything, I'm going to copy all of this and literally just paste the exact same thing in Vimeo. Here I don't need all the, well, let's just copy it all. Paste the same thing here. And under here, we're gonna say sermons and pastor sales. The same way. This is how they handle channels. And I might not even need this anymore. I'm just out of habit. I always do it that way. So our thumbnail is here. Now what I'm gonna do is let's copy the video link. So while that's happening, let's go to upload again. All right, let's publish this. And I'm done with that, so I can go somewhere else. So I'm gonna go here and upload our announcements because I forgot to do that. It's 23rd. All right, so I don't need that. That was last week's. All right, so this is where I'm going to go to upload the on demand. That's still not done yet, and that's fine. Now, just like I did before, our video announcements are handled a completely different way. So let me go reference last week's, and we're going to do this the same way. So let's copy our title here, and the title follows the structure of how we get more traction with our name, and we talked about that in previous videos. So that's the 23rd. The thumbnail for this is just our generic church one for the news. Copy the same thing here. And I forgot what song I used in here, so I need to reference that to avoid any copyright stuff. So we'll come back to that. All audiences, save, edit. I'm gonna do our thumbnail just like we did before. I don't need all of this. All right, that's done. Yes. Now while this is going on, let's go. I meant to copy the link, so I messed up on that. We're gonna go back here to our videos. All right, so this is the video announcements. Let's copy, not video announcements. I need this, the sermon. Let's copy the video link for that. I'm back on WordPress. Thumbnail has been there. We select the image. For our video URL, you can use YouTube or Vimeo. I'm just gonna paste that here. That's not right. Why did it copy that full path? All right, let's just finish this up. Video announcements, that's done. We published that. Now that I know that's done, let's go back to the Creator Studio. And I need to find the path to this, which is there. So let's copy that. That's what goes in the video. I could have used the same one from Vimeo. And this is done. So we'll just publish this. And now we have a new entry for our sermon engine that's built into our WordPress website. All right, so let's just take a little look-see, make sure everything is fine. Yep, there's our links. That's how you get the audio. Boom. All right, that's good. Now I need to come in and do our announcements, which I did not post. Now I'm gonna do this a little bit different. I'm gonna have everybody come back to our website to see this time. so we're gonna do, let's look at all posts, because just like I said before, we're copying what was done before. And there's a plugin that I have on one of our other sites that I want to use on our events website. There's a duplicate page plugin that I want to use, which will make this a lot easier, because again, once you set it up once, just duplicate it so you don't have to do it again. All right, so let me find what that plugin is, because I need to put that everywhere because it makes it easy. Duplicate page. All right, so let's copy that. All right, so let's go to our plugins first. We're gonna add new. Hopefully this should make this a lot easier. And I will write out the steps to what I'm doing to add that to our knowledge base, so that when somebody else comes behind me and they're doing this the days I'm not here, it's easy for them. All right, cool. So that's there. So let's go back to our posts. Now under here, now we have this new duplicate this option. So let's duplicate that. It should carry our tags, everything. All right, here we go. So now everything is here, so I don't have to do this all over again. Now if we go into this, let's go back to our video. This is the announcements for today. What I want to do is go to embed, and this is for Vimeo. Allows me to change the embed code. See, you see the title here, you can change that. So I have an announcements one that has no title, it just has play, volume, and full screen. All right, so let's save that. And now we're gonna copy this code. Now let's jump back over here. Now this is our new one. This is the copied one. So we need to come in here, change the path. Actually, I don't need to do that code then. Let's copy the video link and just paste that instead. Makes it a lot easier. All right, boom. And I think that's it. See, that makes that a lot easier. So let's publish this. Yes, publish. And this was the link that, so I'm playing it from Vimeo, but this is a link that subscribes back to YouTube. All right. So let's go back to our post and just make sure that the path is correct. That shows up. All right, so let's view it. All right, and we can see this again on our home page. So there's the new sermon showing up, and there's our announcements. Cool. So that's done. Now, where did I left off? See, that's what happens when you're jumping around. I completely forgot where I left off at. Oh, buffer to show just how to share this. So first, let's go to the full video. Oh, and I got to share the announcements too. But this process is exactly the same. First, like your own videos. Make sure you're doing that. So let's like that. And this isn't ready yet, so that's fine. We'll come back to that. Let's open up a new here. But while that's going on, let's go to edit. Oh, it's still not ready. So forget the edit part. All right, so let's go over, we open up our new tab. Let's go to our page. And here's our video announcements. So let's click on here. Now, no matter what, please like your own video, because this is a part of the YouTube strategy. Start it yourself, help it move on from there. So let's like our own stuff. and then we want to share it everywhere. So what I like to use is Buffer. Now I'm already on the video. All I got to do is hit the Buffer icon. This is a plugin that goes on your browser, and I have it linked to all of our accounts. So we got this here. So I'm gonna get rid of, well, I can leave the whole thing. I'm gonna pick this image. This is going to Twitter. This is going to our Facebook page, and this is going to Instagram. So on Instagram, I need to add some tags here. So it's like announcements, media ministry, church, social media, church, Christian, social media, Antioch, Carolina. Going back to our tag, and I can always add other ones as well. So I'm just gonna share now. Now everybody got that, and let's just verify that that's all been done. So if we go here to our Facebook page, scroll down a little bit, scroll down. And there's our video announcement that Buffer just did. Saved us plenty of time, and we didn't have to do it. All right, and that's the same thing I'm going to do with our sermon. So before I do that, I need to go here to our video of our live stream and expire the live video so that people can't watch it again. And it should have been built in. I don't know why I didn't do that, but the reason I expired that is so that if somebody wants to watch the entire thing, they go buy the DVD or something like that. We won't charge for the word. That's why we're doing that separately. But if you want to watch the whole thing in its entirety with music and everything like that, that's either a DVD or on demand. That's what we've agreed to at our church a lot longer than I've been there. So we're just continuing that for right now. All right, so let's expire that. So now no one else can watch that unless, and I'm going to be posting, just like we just did with the announcements, I'm going to be posting the sermon the exact same way. All right, so let's go back to our checklist. What have we done? YouTube is done. Vimeo is done. Podcast is done. All right, so now let's copy these links. Let's copy the video link for here. Paste. Let's copy the same thing from here. Paste. And I think, oh, it's still processing. So we'll come back to that. But the same way, we're going to we don't have to subscribe because we're already subscribed, but then we're going to share it. So I'm going to go back under my personal Facebook account and share that. And we have other people in our media ministry as well who are doing the same thing. That's how we use the organic growth to help leverage and get more people in front of us from YouTube. All right. So we're going to be coming back to our on-demand when it's done, and I'm looking at it right now. It says 10 minutes left. What else? What else do we have to do? Website stuff is done. That's done. And I showed how we used Buffer. I think that's pretty much it, because after this is uploading our on-demand, and by doing it on demand, I can always download it again, and that's the exact same file I would turn into a DVD if we need it. So I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I don't think there is anything outside of that, so I will be wrapping this up. I'm gonna copy the on-demand URL here when we're done, and prepping for next week. All right, so I hope you like this. I pretty much just doing this a different way, cutting through a lot of the stuff just to show the final result of how I publish that to social media, and that's Buffer. Buffer is free. I'm using the free account. They do have paid versions if you want to use it, but for what we're doing, it works great for us. So if you like this type of content, guys, I would appreciate a like. Consider subscribing and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other great videos. And if you want to support us, you can support us here on Patreon at the link below to help us spread and teach more to churches, media ministries, to help them reach beyond the four walls. This is AJ, and we will see you on the next video. Later.